we'll just go ahead and open it right up for questions for Malachi. So if you have a question, just let us know. Rod, you want to get started?
Malachi, you're the old guy in the room.
Yes, sir.
Talk about the changes you've seen from the receiver position since you've been here. Where do you think you guys are now?
Yeah. So obviously I came in early, Paul Johnson era, and it was triple option, obviously, so it wasn't too much of a pass game there. And then the switch over to our last OC that we had, it was obviously a spread offense, and there's a lot more opportunities to throw the ball, make plays down the field. But, I'm sure you guys could tell we still didn't really throw it as much as, you thought we probably would. But I'd say the biggest change from then to now is probably, how much we do open up our playbook and use our playmakers and utilize our receivers, and Coach Chip has made it, very clear that, the receivers are going to be utilized in this offense. And the pass game is a very important part of what we do here. And we love it. I mean, the offense loves it. We get to, really make plays, showcase our abilities, our talents, and we just make each other better every day. So I think the biggest change has just been, like, how much we get to just use all our weapons.
Okay. Rod, good.
Injuries have played a role with the progress of some of the younger guys. How are they coming along, and what do you talk to those guys about? Hey, maybe sometimes you got to play through some of that stuff if you want to get out there on the field.
Yeah, any type of nicks, nicks and knacks, you can always, push through it, anything that's minor, young guys I haven't really seen, too many really have, big injuries, if anything, just maybe some nicks and knacks during practice, which happens to everybody, it's just something that you fight through. And I think that everybody is pretty aware that, we've built that mindset and that foundation on this team where, we're tough enough to not even have to really tell each other that, push through it. That's kind of expected by each other, and it's kind of probably talked about, afterwards, like, yeah, man, I was dealing with this during practice, but we all just know that, it's not time to be selfish and feel sorry for yourself during practice. We out here for one goal. It's camp. It's going to be hard. It's going to hurt, but, we know that in the end, if we just push through it and each day just stack days where we just push through and make each other better, and obviously when we get to the season, we should do what we expect to do, which is win games.
Sarah?
Hi, how do you feel like you've gotten better this offseason, and what's really driving you this season?
I think my mindset, that was the biggest thing I wanted to change, this offseason, especially with it being my last year. Just kind of not letting anything, like not taking anything personal, whether it's, my performance in any part of, just this program, if it's the weight room, if it's running, if it's football, just taking it one play at a time. Having a quick amnesia, just forgetting about anything negative that happens and just, just going to the next one and making that positive, and just knowing that whatever happens out here, no matter how hard it gets, my mindset has just been, it's your last one. Let's just make it count. I know you're hurting, I know it's hard, but let's just make every rep count. And, I've definitely found some success in doing that.
We'll go Paul first and then over to Miles.
Paul?
You talked about not letting outside stuff. Obviously, this year, the last few seasons y'all had have not been the success you wanted.
Right.
A lot of questions about the future of the program,
Right.
where you're at, coach's future even. How do you kind of deal with all that, not let all that noise distract you? And has it been a bother to hear,
Right.
things that people are saying?
Yeah, it actually is a good question, but my honest answer for that would probably be, just the guys on the team, just being around everybody every day, being able to go to work with everybody every day, having our talks in the locker room, going through adversity with each other. It's kind of easy to kind of block out the noise and, the haters and the naysayers, because at the end of the day, that, I'm working hard with my brothers regardless, and, we're doing it the right way. We trust in each other, we trust in our coaches, and we just trust the grind, we trust the process. We know it hasn't been the best last couple seasons, but, I mean, if we dwell on that, this won't be a good season either. So the best thing that we've done is just focus on what we can do better and what we have done well, and forget about anything that happened in the past and naysayers and comments and, posts. That comes with the game, It's from the lowest to the highest, profession. It comes with the game. There's going to be people that, hate on you or just talk negative. But I say the biggest thing is just my brothers, they just keep each other. We just keep each other up no matter what's going on. We just love playing and being around each other. So that's way more important than anyone that has anything negative to say.
Follow up to that is, you don't feel like though, kind of a, I don't know, if pressure is the right word, but we can't have another 3-win season. That there has to be some signs on the field of that
Right.
progress that y'all say is going on behind the scenes.
Right. Obviously, we don't want to have another 3-win season. We want to go to a bowl game. We want to, win games. I mean, we play football to win. I've been playing since I was 6. I want to win games. But when it comes to, naysayers and people that talk negative on us, it's kind of, motivation. Of course, we don't want to be seen as a bad team in college football, but if that's the case right now, if that's how people see us, then, just use it as fuel, and that's what we've been doing. We kind of like the fact that everyone doubts us so that, we could just shock the world.
Miles, and then we'll come back over to Michael.
Kind of
Yes, sir.
a question there.
Yes, sir.
As a guy who's been here and seen all the changes throughout the years and
Sure.
been here for all these 3-win seasons,
Hmm.
why, in kind of looking in hindsight, why do you think, what caused those struggling teams with 3 wins, and how does that transition to a successful season like you're trying to have this year? Like, what was the difference there that you were like, oh, yeah, like, I can see where things went wrong?
Mhm. That's actually a really good, hard question, actually. I say the biggest difference really is just, I would just say everybody's buy-in to the process. Everybody's buy-in to what it's going to take to win games, In the past, it's not that everyone wasn't bought in, but, you'd have your doubts. When things go wrong, it's like, man, is what they're saying really, you just kind of have but we're humans and that's just how it goes. But I think what we've changed in our culture now is just to never ever let it get there. Obviously negative things are going to happen, but the only way we can win games is to trust everybody, trust our teammates, trust our coaches, trust all the staff. It's just to have trust in each other and and play with it with confidence, trust it and use it as confidence. And I think that's the biggest change. Everybody's just so bought in, and nobody's really, going against the grain in any phase of our program, anything that goes on, any consequences that are, throughout this culture that we have set. That's what it is. Everybody respects it. I mess up, I make a mistake, I come in late, I got to do this. I respect that. That's what we're doing. That's the foundation we set. It's not, we're moping around, oh my gosh, they're making me do this because of this. Is that serious? No, it is that serious, and everybody understands it's that serious. So I think we just changed the culture and the mindset with everybody on the team.
Michael?
For Jeff Sims, his talent was obvious from the start.
Yes,
Very first game.
for sure.
Last year, he had a good lump of some injuries that kind of nagged him. How do you see him looking now physically, and what do you kind of expect from him this season?
Well, physically, I'm sure you guys would agree, he's not your average-looking quarterback. Jeff is very, very, very gifted physically. And not just how he looks, the man can play. He's very athletic. He's got speed. He's got a very strong arm. And right now, I just see so much growth from him. It's his, 3rd year, 2-year starter, and I just see so much growth. He's got a great coach, and we got a great OC, and he just, like I said, you just trust him. He trusts him. Coach Winkie came from, he's Hall of Famer at Florida State. He just puts that trust in him. Won the Heisman, so it's like obviously he knows what he's talking about, and Jeff is, full blown, just whatever you say, I'm doing it, and I can tell, and you can kind of see the growth and see the change, going from the past 2 years, to the spring when they first got here to now, and fall camp while they're here, and he had a whole summer to you kind of go over the playbook, get reps in at it, and now you just see the chemistry building day by day, and now we're just feeling more and more confident with him back there. We got some guys that we recruited, got some transfers over that are definitely doing a good job of making him better and pushing him and showing their talents, and everything is just improving. That was actually one of the best first days I've ever witnessed here, at Georgia Tech when it comes to fall camp, and that's in terms of us being in shape, our execution, and especially on offense, So I was just really proud to see how Jeff handled, everything yesterday, and to see him take charge, and I'm really confident in how he's going to play this year.
Sarah, we have time for a couple more from Malachi.
All right.
It's like adjusting to new position coaches, and I know you mentioned the transfers as well, just the new faces around the program this year.
Yeah, it's always an adjustment because everybody's coaching style is kind of different. Coach Dell's a good coach. He coached with Coach Chip Long at a couple different schools, so they're pretty acquainted, and they understand each other in the offense, which actually makes it a little easier for us receivers to understand because we've got someone with a lot of insight on exactly what Coach Chip is expecting from us. So he's very straightforward, and we honestly like him. I like what he brings to the table. It is different, but at the end of the day, I got one more year, and my job right now is to play to my best ability. Put myself in the best position to help this team win and to help my success for after Georgia Tech. So the coaching changes are always an adjustment, but with me being a little older guy, with me have going through a couple coaches in my, it's not really too crazy to me. I just kind of take what it gives me. So I think they're good coaches. I think that they all know what they're talking about, and they're very confident that we can be successful this season, and we love that. So I like our new coaches for sure.
Anything else from Malachi?
Good.
Awesome.
All right. Thank y'all.
Appreciate you. Let me know when you're good. Okay. We'll go ahead right now. Former wide receiver, now tight end, Peje Harris, and we'll go ahead and open it right up for questions for PJ. Questions? Not everybody at once. Sarah?
Get warmed up.
Go ahead, Sarah.
What is it like adjusting to just new coaches and new faces around the program this year?
It really hasn't been a challenge. I feel like all the coaches came in and made it known what their goal was. The goal is to win. The goal was to let us know that this is going to be one of the toughest off seasons that we've been through, toughest camps that we've been through. And it was a pretty smooth transition to me overall.
Paul?
What after the lack of success the last 2 years, what makes you confident you can turn things around? Obviously, a lot of people on the outside expecting more of the same. So what makes you guys confident on the inside that you can win more than 3 games?
For me, it's work ethic. I see the way we're working, and I know that's an easy thing for me to say. I know a lot of teams are working hard, but I've been here 5 years. I've seen the way that we've worked in previous years. I've seen the bonds that we've had, and it just doesn't seem like it's the same as it is now. I feel like we've elevated. Everybody's elevated their games with the addition of, some of the transfers. We've all elevated. We've all pushed to a different level. So I feel like that's one of the main things that's going to kind of set us apart this year in terms of we're going to be more physical. We're going to be faster. We're going to know the little details of the plays, like why we're doing this play for this specific reason. So I feel like that's what's going to separate us from the past few seasons.
Right back here.
We were talking to defensive guys. I think it was Miles who was talking about maybe feels like more of a brotherhood this time around going into the season. Do you sense that as well? Is that a fair thing to say?
Yes, sir. I definitely think it's a lot closer of a brotherhood. For instance, outside of football, we got a lot of guys that are, meshing and bonding together that maybe you wouldn't normally see doing that the past couple of years. So it's very clear around here that these bonds are super tight. We all feel like it's a close-knit brotherhood, and we're just ready to get out there and play.
AJ, let's face it, when you come from wide out and move to tight end, most guys will hear fewer catches and more blocking. Does that appeal to you? Is that part of the job? Is that the fun part of the job? Some guys like to block. What do you think?
I think I'm just one of those guys. I'm willing to do whatever coach asks me to do. It doesn't too much matter to me. I would love to catch 100 balls, but if that's not the role that coach wants me to play, then I'm willing to play whatever role I need to play for the success of the team. I'm all about winning. I don't care what it takes to win. I want to win. So if that means I'm blocking the whole game, I got to block the whole game.
Sarah?
What's the story behind, what kind of sparked that position change? How did that come about?
I actually just got a text from my coach after while I was in class one day, and he was like, "Can you come up and talk to me?" And I got there, and he just said, "How would you feel about switching to tight end?" And honestly, my answer was just whatever is going to benefit the team. I didn't expect that quick of a change. I didn't know it was something that coach had specifically asked for, but after I've gone through it, I'm thankful that I've made the switch. I'm excited about the switch. So.
How
I'm sorry. What can you?
No, I was just saying, how far along do y'all think the offense has come from
Oh,
where it was? From where y'all when you started out. This was obviously a jarring change a few years ago. Where
right.
do y'all think you're at now? And will we see that signs of that improvement this year?
Yeah, I think we definitely will see signs of the improvement. You can kind of tell, like guys have gotten a lot bigger, guys have gotten a lot faster. O line specifically, I don't know that we had too many guys that were used to pass setting before, but now you'll see guys taking pass set reps that they look like they've been doing it for years. So I mean, it's all about the development. I think getting in the off season, working with the coaches, working with each other, working on your own. I think everybody really honed in on that and realized that that's what it takes to win. And I mean, you can see a big difference.
Anything else for PJ? All right, PJ. Thanks, man.
Thank y'all.
Appreciate you. Get rolling. Okay. Everybody knows here. Starting quarterback Jeff Sims. We'll go ahead and open it right up for questions for Jeff. Right over here.
What's been the biggest thing transitioning to chip on offense? What have been any challenges or anything for you this offseason in learning it?
Not really. I think the biggest thing transitioning into his offense is just the work ethic. It definitely stepped up a lot, and just getting in there and learning everything and making sure that I know every responsibility of each position and just paying attention to detail and things like that.
Miles.
It seems like that's a common word I'm hearing is the work ethic this offseason. Is that what you think might be separating this year's squad from like the last few years with 3 wins? And obviously needs to improve, but is that you think the difference maker of this 2022 squad?
I mean, we've always been a hard-working organization, but I think this year we just kind of came together and we stepped it up as a whole, both sides of the ball, defense and offense. We've been getting a lot of work together, a lot of extra work, a lot of competition. So it's been good. We've been fighting together in the runs, fighting together in the lifts, and I just think all this work that we've put in together is helping us grow closer.
And one follow-up to that, the pundits, naysayers, everyone out there is not expecting a lot out of this Georgia Tech team predictions, and I know you guys probably don't look too much into that, but how do you kind of silence those critics? And is there anything that maybe you think that they don't know about this team?
I mean, honestly, we don't really care. I mean, we're going to go out there and play for each other. And that's been our big thing this offseason was just grow closer as a team and go out there and play for each other and not worry about what others say because, I mean, at the end of the day, we all we got and we all we need.
Over here.
We had the defensive guys earlier. Charlie said that he noticed that you seemed a little more confident going into this year. Do you think that's right, and what do you attribute that to?
I think really the big thing for me this year is where I really took a deep dive into growing my confidence in God, and I think that's helped me a lot. Just knowing that, I mean, I'm not here alone. I got a lot of strength from Him, and just really all the work that I've put in with the offense and learning the playbook and everything, and the coaches pushing me every day to be the best I can be. So it's really just a combination of all that.
Back here.
What do you think is going to be the biggest improvement that we're going to see from your game as a whole?
I just think my overall, leadership, overall control of the offense, and just operating the offense.
Patrick.
Jeff, how's the early going with Coach Winkie as far as development and new direction for your play?
Yeah, like I said, Coach, they push me every day. I love it. Coach Winkie, he's hard on me. He's hard on really all of us, but Coach Winkie, he's a great coach. He's a great dude. The thing about him, his biggest thing when he first got here was to build a relationship with us before he started coaching us hard. Because like when he rips us, I mean, we know that he cares about us, and we know that it's coming from a good spot. So that he's definitely a great coach.
Jeff. Schultz.
Come on, the last couple questions. What's your greatest development on the physical end or on the mental?
I would say more on the mental end because, I mean, my mindset has definitely changed. I'm an older guy now. I'm not worrying about a lot of things that I used to worry about. I'm not worried about outside noise and stuff like that. But
And then on the physical side, it's definitely grew because I've been putting in a lot of work too on the physical side. So I just think it's a lot of growth on both ends.
You said the outside noise. Do you think you, in the past, maybe you let that affect you more than I know guys always say it doesn't affect
Yeah.
you, but do you think maybe you let it affect you more than you should?
Yeah, I'm not gonna sit up here and say I didn't pay attention to it at all. I mean, I did kind of notice some of it, and can't do that. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah.
Do you look at this as, I mean, is this kind of a make or break year, like everybody's sort of, putting it to be, you've got to make a bowl, you've got to have a winning record to really, you've got to start to show signs of progress in the win-loss column, and it may even be, playing for your coach's job
Yeah.
going forward.
I mean, when you think about it like that, you just put a lot of unneeded pressure on yourself. So I think the big thing for us this year, we're just gonna take it one game at a time. We're gonna play for each other, and we're gonna go out there and we're gonna expect to win every game, and we're gonna go out there and do our best to win every game.
Getting back to Coach Leakey, I mean, was there anything that necessarily he got you to see in yourself as a player that maybe you didn't think you had or you weren't?
He's definitely pushed me to another level in my leadership. Just going out there and being vocal and getting the guys going, and just going out there and operating and just making sure everybody's good. And then on the physical side, him and Coach Long have pushed me to a new level this offseason. Like when the team runs, like they'll see a time where I'll be slacking in the run and they'll get on me and I run harder. You know what I'm saying? So I think that's a good thing that they've been pushing me, and it's definitely helped me grow a lot.
Michael?
I know last year that you had some injuries. How much do you think that affected you, and how do you feel physically now going into the season?
I think the injuries last year they were minor injuries, but right now I'm feeling great. I'm feeling 100%, and I mean I'm ready to go.
Patrick?
Yeah, you had probably your best game in Mercedes-Benz last year against North Carolina. Does it give you an extra boost of confidence going back over there for game one? The venue doesn't really matter.
Oh yeah, the venue doesn't matter. But it's definitely exciting to go back in there and play again because it was a great atmosphere. It was a great feeling. So I'm definitely excited to get back in there and play.
Dan?
Is there added juice that you guys have that game right out the gate that kind of is an extra emphasis in camp and practice?
Yeah, all the guys are juiced up for this game. We really juiced up for the whole season. We juiced up for everybody on the schedule. But, I mean, going out there, first game of the season, sold out in Mercedes-Benz is definitely a boost of juice.
Miles? Oh, I'm sorry.
For a few years now since you played the quarterback position, how would you assess how the offense has changed from when you first started when you got here? Because when you first got here, it was still kind of fresh with triple options, and now it's a little bit more settled now, especially when you got Chip Long now.
Yeah.
Where would you kind of assess that first year, whereas what it is now?
I think the first year I think the biggest thing from the first year to now is I think I was still learning a lot. So, like, I wasn't able to help other guys out and put them in the right position to win or help them get better. But I think the biggest thing now is that I'm older now and I got a little bit of experience, and I can just navigate things and tell guys where to be and help the guys out. And I think the biggest thing now is that everybody around me is like they're all fighting to get better and do what they got to do.
What about you talk about that opening game? You got excited about going over to Mercedes-Benz, but obviously quite an opponent. What are your feelings on starting with somebody that difficult? It could be a real, things can turn negative quickly if it doesn't go well for you guys.
I mean, we've always had a tough schedule, so I mean we're just gonna go out there, prepare for them, and play our game, and go out there and just play for each other and do what we can do.
More for Jeff? Okay. Jeff, thank you, bud.
Yep.
Appreciate you. Offensive lineman, another returning 2-year starter in Jordan Williams. So we'll go ahead and open it right up for questions for Jordan. Questions? Sarah?
Okay, what has it been like adjusting to some new faces around the program and even on the line as well?
Really, it did take a couple weeks to adjust, but really going through the whole offseason with everybody and always being together, it wasn't really too much to get adjusted.
Rod?
Are you putting in time at left tackle now?
Oh yes, sir. I'm putting in some time at left tackle. I've been working left tackle for a couple years now, and I'm really starting to like work on it heavy now. So um, I'm ready. I'm ready to make that transition.
Worked any different?
It does feel a little different, but like throughout the off season and all the just practice reps I've been taking, like just footwork reps I've been going through. The footwork kind of doesn't feel too different now.
More questions? Rod?
You got a couple of, I guess, four transfers in, Rick, Show, and guys like that. What have you seen from them?
They've all came straight in, fit right in with the O line room. Through all the workouts and runs, they've always been held to like the same level of accountability as us. So they know the standard and they embrace it now. Like they love it. And they love it here. So that's real good.
Speaking of standards, two of them came from Clemson. Does that mentality, knowing what you should expect there, help here?
Yes, sir. Pierce and Paul, they definitely know what it takes. They know what it takes, and they know what they need to do. So that's a big thing for them, because like they pretty much like they already got the work ethic and all that, and they really just out there competing now to really show everybody what they really got.
Has it been tough to blend in so many transfers? I mean, y'all have a lot of new faces and guys who played other spots.
Not really. I don't, because a lot of people change numbers too, so it's a little it was a little weird the first couple of days. Like when you first see people in the when you first see people in the new numbers, it kind of looked weird at first, but you just get settled into it.
You find yourself like having to try to remember who is who though when you've got so many new faces.
Oh yeah. It's See, I forgot his name already, but it's like another receiver that look exactly like DJ Moore. He looked just like DJ Moore, and I get both of them confused every day.
That was a perfect answer.
Pat?
Jordan, do you enjoy pass blocking for a mobile quarterback like Jeff? Is that an advantage to you as a lineman, or is it tricky? Or
It's definitely an advantage, and ever since freshman year, I've always been telling Jeff, like, if he ever needs to escape like route, I'll always try to like open up something for him when I'm blocking in pass pro. So having a mobile QB like Jeff, that's just amazing. And me, I don't even know. It's just like being out there with Jeff. Like if something's going on, like I can like low key like yell something, and like he'll always have his head on the swivel. So that's real good for him.
More serious subject. Has Coach talked to y'all about some of the outside noise about obviously his future is under some speculation, particularly the last 3 years? Has he talked to y'all about sort of blocking out or not worrying about what people are saying about him? And do you feel like you're playing for your coach's job almost?
He hasn't really talked about that. We don't really worry about that for real. We really worry about really what's now, and how can we work to improve for the season coming up, and anything that's like not related to the season, we just kind of tone it out for right now.
Is it tough to know when so many people are saying are not expecting big things, or saying this is going to be a team that wins 2-3 games again? Or I mean, you always want to hear people speaking well of you.
Yeah,
is that
yes, sir.
To deal with and block out?
Me personally, like I don't even really like read the articles or read the comments or anything, but like everybody in the locker room, everybody's heard about it. Everybody's been hearing stuff about it, but just being there for each other is good enough to go to war any day. So, and the bond that everybody got on this team, we don't care what anybody's saying outside. We gonna go out there and play every game.
Speaking of Jeff, he's your quarterback. He's number 10 this year. He missed some games.
Yeah, he's definitely transitioning to like a very good leader right now. Like now he can definitely command the offense, and he's starting to like learn he's on like learn the playbook good enough where if you just like lined up just like kind of wrong, he can get you back in place quick. And um and but everybody listen to Jeff. Everybody got respect for Jeff. Everybody loved Jeff, and and if anything came down to it, everybody ready to go for Jeff. So it's not so having Jeff here as a leader is definitely important for this team.
In the past, would he have not called the guy out? The guy
Maybe not our first year. Maybe not our first year. But now he real confident back there in everything that he's doing, and him and Coach Winky, that's a good duo they got together.
Rod?
We've heard some players talk about Coach Long coming over and giving his input to the offensive line. And, now that he doesn't have to just, don't have a coach that just concentrates on the quarterback. What has it been like, hearing from him and what he wants from you guys on the offensive line?
Really for Coach Long, it doesn't when he tells us things that he wants is it's usually like a simple simple answer, like simple footwork and stuff. And but when Coach Key tells you it, like he'll go like more in depth and tell you like what Coach Long really wants you to do in that situation. So that's good too.
Anything else for Jordan? No. Sarah?
What kind of progress do you feel like you've made this offseason, whether it's physically, mentally, whatever?
I feel like my progress mentally was better than physically this offseason, because just going in with a I'm not really satisfied with what's been going on for me and for the team throughout the past couple of years. That's kind of like helped me build my physicality even more, if that makes sense.
Patrick?
Jordan, do you stay in touch with the guys up in Gainesville? How's it looking for the Red Elephants?
Everybody that I was there with, like even if they were younger than me, they've already like graduated now, and like everything's new up there and everything. But like all the old coaches that still coach there, like they still text me and everything, and I still talk to them. But like that campus is ridiculous now, and they got everything. It looks like a college campus. I don't even recognize it like when I go back, but I love going back there though.
All right. With that, we'll go ahead and wrap it up. Thanks, Jordan.